Hello, it's Amanda Fitzgerald, and I am hosting the Profitable PR Show where you are going to get a load of visibility through publicity. Now, I have just been listening to the Jeremy Vine show, and I was just having my lunch. I don't always put Jeremy Vine on, not going to lie, even though I am his number one fan. I do love Jeremy Vine. He actually voted for me when it was my chance to be a PR expert for Enterprise Nation. He was one of my key people who actually pressed like and vote. So that was great and actually won it, which was brilliant. Yeah, he's amazing, Jeremy Vine is. But I caught it because I was having my lunch and I turned on the radio and they were talking about a company. Now, they don't normally do a business slot. They used to do, I think once a week, they used to do a business slot and have a business expert. And then they would literally have a call in for lots of companies to ask this man lots of different questions. But then they closed it off. And I believe because it became a bit too commercialized, a bit too much like a running advert. However, today I've just listened to the radio and heard a guy called Nick Boulas, or Bolos, who has created a company during lockdown. He's actually a travel writer. He saw an opportunity to help people write their own memoirs, even if you're just a nobody, you're not a celebrity. So it's literally self-publishing, and he gets journalists to interview the candidates or whatever, the authors or whatever they're called, and he then they publish a fantastic book. It's like a coffee table book. And I thought, bloody hell, that guy is getting some incredible PR. And I'd love to know who is Nick Boulas's PR agent. So congratulations to the PR agent who actually managed to secure that, unless it's like a bit of contacts going on. But if you can get onto the Jeremy Vine show, how many listeners are you going to reach? Okay, at the last time that I was checking out the figures, it was 7 million listeners. Okay, so it was 7,000,001 today because I went back to Jeremy Vine. Actually, I always love Jeremy Vine because it's I just love the magazine style show, and you hear what's going on right there and right then. It's like, touching the pulse of the nation. Anyway, and I thought, wow, that is just great PR for this guy. And then they had a pensioner call up who was being interviewed and said, yes, I wrote the book and it was really easy. It's 40,000 words and it was after literally a 2-hour phone call. Bloody hell. I mean, that company, wow. So I'm sure Nick's company is literally overflowing with orders at the moment, which brings me to say my lovely client, Cheryl Smith, who runs Figs in the Funch, which is in the Algarve. She is currently on a series on a place in the sun. Now, she got that gig before she started working with me, but she wanted to work with me to take advantage of the film crew being in her lovely retreat in Portugal for I don't know whether it was 6 months or a year. So I was giving her loads of hints and tips on how to maximize that opportunity. And also I might appear in it because you see that they're filming her all the time, even when she's making the beds with her husband and teaching him how to do hospital corners. The camera crew were there listening to every last bit. And we used to do a weekly or a bi-weekly session with her. And she said, Amanda, you're probably going to be on the camera right now. But anyway, as a result of her being on this TV show, oh my God, her bookings have gone through the roof. Okay. And also a UK tour company has bought up all of the dates that she hasn't actually got filled. So get out there, get into the press, be seen, get booked up. I can't say it more loudly and clearly than that. Now, you might be thinking, I don't have a business, that's press ready, or I'm a beginner. I don't know how to do it. I've never got press coverage in the past. Newsflash, I can help you. I can teach you how to do that because that is what I do day in, day out. I teach incredible entrepreneurs, even if they're at the very start of their journey, to go from meek and mild mice, not knowing how to articulate their company, not knowing how to share the amazing things about their business and how they can articulate it in a way that a journalist can understand it. Or as I've taught my son, who's doing his GCSEs right now, never assume knowledge. So when you're writing your GCSE exam paper all about an inspector calls or Macbeth or whatever, I've told him that they never assume knowledge that the examiner actually knows about the book. So you've got to give the quotes. So when you're pitching yourself to a journalist or literally introducing yourself at a networking event, never assume knowledge of the audience. So don't talk in acronyms or in industry jargon because nobody's going to understand what you're on about. Case in hand, I've got somebody who's just joined one of my memberships, and she did a little intro on herself, and I had to read it and reread it and actually reread it. And then I think after the third reread, I've managed to understand what she does, which is really powerful stuff. But because it was a bit jargon-esque, I couldn't really get it. And what you want to do, so I've actually written it out for her, so it makes a lot of sense really fast, okay, and really simply. And that's what you want to do. You want to be able to hook people in from the get-go. So what I want to do is to tell you that I am running a PR masterclass on Thursday, literally this Thursday at 2 p.m. I hope you can make it. I ran one last Thursday. I won't be doing one the following Thursday, but definitely this Thursday. And I'm going to be sharing with you 3 really important PR secrets, how you can get into the press without having to hire an expensive PR agency. So if you want to learn how you can pitch yourself to the Jeremy Vine show, and shout out to Cassie Ferran, because you managed to shoehorn yourself into that piece. Now, Cassie is a coaching, book writing mentor. Okay, so she's a coach for aspiring authors. So she managed to send a tweet in or a text into the show, and then he read it out. And he said, I'm Cassie Ferran, and I help I help people write their books. And it started off with my very first book, and now I've written 7, and now I help people write their books. And guess what? Cassie is now blasting that out onto Facebook. So people are now going to see, as seen or as heard on the Jeremy Vine show. So if they're deciding between that book or that book coach or that book coach or that book coach, they might go to Cassie because they know that she has just been showcased on Jeremy Vine. Oh my God, press works. It works, it works, it works. I can't say it more loud and clearly than that. I promise you, the amount of things that I have bought as a result, like tickets to shows. I went to the Bob Marley I went to the Bob Marley tribute theatre show. Incredible, because I heard them, or rather saw the interview with Jon Snow, the beautiful Jon Snow, on Channel 4 News. There are so many things that I've actually bought as a result of seeing it in the press or listening onto radio shows. So I want to invite you to my PR masterclass. I'm going to be spilling some incredible press hacks, PR hacks on how you can pitch to the press. I'm going to be sharing with you what is a press hook, and I'm going to show you the 6 points to the press hook journey. Download the workbook, register and download the workbook. It's all yours, and you can use that to accompany the masterclass. And here is what I'm going to be covering off the 3 PR secrets. Number 1 is how to get noticed for the right PR opportunities. That's it, getting noticed. And then it's how to find the right PR opportunities. And then how to maximize the PR opportunities. So I've got a former client who's been mentioned on one major high profile platform. She was picked up by a major player in her industry. And then I saw her tweeting the other day saying that she's now being featured yet again in that major high profile platform. Let's just call it HuffPost. OMG, it's opened a lot of doors for her. So would you like some big fat doors being opened for you? I can help you. Join my masterclass. It is 100% free. Okay, 000. It is this Thursday at 2 p.m. and I'd love to see you there. Whoever's listening, give me a thumbs up, say hi, and I look forward to seeing you on my masterclass. And also, when I do these masterclasses, I actually make it interactive. So I'm going to ask you to say what you do actually in the masterclass, and then I'll be able to tie in stories and give some examples right there and then for you. So I hope that makes sense, and I look forward to seeing you on Thursday. Thank you very much. Adios, and go get yourself some publicity. If you don't know how to do it, I'm your woman.